The Red Mage in 5 minutes. While providing a combination of spellcasts and melee fencing abilities, the Red Mage is categorized as caster job, therefore being in competition with Black Mage and Summoner. While the Summoner is very strong at the moment, it seems that Red Magic will receive a boost in the upcoming patch, becoming a big threat to Black Magic and possibly having the chance to dethrone Summoner from its prime position. Nevertheless, being a very intuitive and understandable job, the Red Mage is the perfect choice for caster beginners and a tremendous spectacle for the eyes, because of the fancy melee combat animations paired with nasty explosions. Like I said, balance wise he feels rock solid, but is overpowered by the Summoner at the current state of things. But as 5.2 is only 8 days away, or if you watch this video in 5.2, the Red Mage will become much stronger then. Equipment wise, let us not make things too complicated. Like the Summoner, spell speed should be mainly avoided, so when choosing between Augmented Deep Shadow and Eden Grace gear, take those without spell speed, that is mostly avoided on Deep Shadow gear. After that, your best secondary stat is Critical Hit followed by Direct Hit, so try to find good values for them and meld them in that order. The last stat, but still much better than spell speed, is Determination, so don't hesitate to choose Determination crit pieces if the alternative would be an item level downgrade or something having spell speed on it. Coming to the battle system. The main feature of the Red Mage is that every hardcast spell triggers your dual cast ability, which makes the next spell you weave an instant spell. Above that you have this mana gauge, which grants you access to your melee rotation at least 80 points on each side, or 20 points per AoE attack, which pays out at 3 or more targets. That means your goal is to reach these points quite balanced by using the respective elemental spells that contribute to either white or black mana, combined with other spells that give you both mana variants. So generally we are starting our rotation with a hardcast white elemental Ver Arrow or black elemental Ver Thunder when there is a countdown timer at 5 seconds of it. Or favor the both elemental granting Jolt 2 if your tank favors rushing into the enemy. Then a dual cast effect is provided, which you should always use for Ver Arrow and Ver Thunder, or Impact for AoE situations. Ver Arrow and Thunder, which should never be a hard cast after the opener, also have a 50% chance to grant you a proc of Ver Stone, which contributes to white, and Ver Fire, which contributes to black. These are a small DPS increase compared to your basic Jolt 2, and you should continue with casting them for more dual cast sequences, as long as you have them procced. Acceleration can help you with that, giving you a 100% chance for a proc onto Ver Thunder or Ver Arrow, and since patch 5.1 we got 3 stacks of it. During all that casting and dual casting, you have OGCDs in the form of Flash and Contre Sixt, which are simple DPSing attacks and should be used as soon as possible or a bit delayed in the opener for perfect raid synergy. Take care to use these and all other OGCDs always after dual casting, to avoid delaying or clipping. Okay, before coming to the moment when you have reached at least 80 on each mana side, you have 2 additional CDs that provide a DPS boost. Embolden, granting a 10% boost to your magical damage and 10% physical boost to your group, decreasing by 20% each 5 seconds. And you have Manification, not only granting yourself a 5% damage boost, but also doubling your current mana levels, which is a great tool to rocket start yourself into the melee rotation in the opener or in mid-fight sequences. So try to always construct a rotation with fruitful combinations of melee sequence with their follow-up casts and your boosting CDs while not delaying it too long for your raid group. This directly brings us into the melee rotation, which is your bursting phase. Here, your goal is to grind through each melee attack, choose Ver Holy or Ver Flare according to the lower level of your gauge, and let Scorch burn away your enemy. Remember that all these melee attacks are a 3-fold combo and have a shorter recast timer than usual, so never weave in 2 OGCDs between them or those that cause a heavy animation delay. Above that, even if Corp a Corp and Displacement deliver the cinematic opening and climax to this melee sequence, they should also be used after dual cast as well to improve your damage output a bit. And keep in mind, if it's impossible to jump straight backwards because of downfall issues, use Engagement, sharing a recast timer with Displacement. In AoE situations with 3 or more enemies, use Ver Arrow 2 and Ver Thunder 2 to start off your AoE rotation, followed by Impact that is always favorable when having 2 targets or more. And when your mana gauge is built up, spend it for using Enchanted Moulinet. And of course remember to use your Manification and Embolden here as well. For the 5.1 rotation, I highly recommend checking out my Red Mage rotation video or head for the Balance Discord or website to receive the most recent information about any job. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Until then, take care and have a very nice week.